So today I wanted to do something a little bit different, and actually this is kind of a thing that I'm experimenting with if I want to do this live or pre-recorded, is I kind of want to do a weekly recap show every week talking about all the news, the clips, the stuff we all see on the internet. If you know Chris Drew at Dead Air Sports, they do a show very similar to this where they kind of pull a bunch of clips that they find throughout the week that have been going around, and we kind of react to it all together in one video, and I just kind of give my thoughts on it. I might want to do this as a weekend show live, but today I'm going to do it pre-recorded. So I kind of just wanted to talk about Ohio State's spring takeaways, some stuff that we have learned, some stuff that is really concerning, because I have a couple really big concerns. Before we get into any of that, please hit the subscribe button. We are 5 away from 260. We are officially past a quarter of the way to 1,000, trying to get to 500 before the beginning of this up and coming season. So we're 245 subscribers away. So if you want to help us be the one out of 245 to help us get there, that would be amazing. I'd really appreciate it. Also, before you leave, if you enjoyed today's show, please hit the like button. But spring practice, I think, is on day 9, and we have had takeaways, especially in zone 6 with the wide receivers. I have a bunch of clips talking about spring, and I have some other ones later on in the show talking about some of the other football things going on. But specifically, I want to talk about Ohio State and their spring and kind of the position battles. And I guess we'll start at receiver, as we have seen guys fall that we thought were going to start and guys rise that we were kind of questioning, are they going to start? Obviously, Jeremiah is the one, we know that, but it was really going to be who is going to be that second and third receiver. Is it going to be Devin McKeown from the transfer from UTSA starting at the Z position to fill in where Carnell Tate was? Is it going to be him? Is it going to be 6'5" true freshman 5-star Chris Henry Jr.? Could it even be Kyle Parker from LSU? That's one of Cortez Hankton's guys. We have seen some talks about if he is going to start behind Brandon or compete in the slot with Brandon, or is he going to back up Devin McKeown or potentially start over Devin McKeown? And it does not seem like it is fully set in stone. Day has been, before it was kind of like, okay, we got Kyle Parker, Brandon Ennis here, Devin McKeown, and Chris Henry Jr. in the Z, and Jeremiah in the X, and then it switched, and now it's kind of going back to that, as we have seen guys like Kyle Parker from LSU. His name has been pretty quiet, haven't seen too much from him, but Chris Henry Jr. has been tearing things up, and recently, the past 2 days, I'll pull up the clip in a little bit, Brock Boyd, White Lightning. They call him White Lightning. He's sneakily fast, sneakily athletic. Obviously, he's white. White guys aren't the most athletic, especially at receiver. So to have one that's really like that, kind of like I'm not going to say like a Hunter Renfrow, because he was a walk-on and Brock Boyd was a 3-star. But yeah, man, Brock Boyd tearing it up in spring so far. But the thing that we heard last week that seems like maybe is not what's going to happen is that Chris Henry Jr. was going to back up Jeremiah at X. Devin McKeown was completely at Z, maybe even a little bit of Brock Boyd, David Adolph, and then maybe even Kyle Parker. They talked about Kyle Parker being at the Z, and then the slot was going to be 100% Brandon Ennis, which I'm higher on Brandon than most, but I don't think Brandon is like a Ohio State caliber starting receiver. It's unfortunate. I like Brandon Elias, one of my favorite players on the team, but just to be honest, Jeremiah even said in an interview, this is kind of a make or break year for him. It's either like this year it's going to decide, hey, are you going to go play in the NFL, or are you going to go to the Columbus Aviators and play in the UFL, which I would love Brandon Ennis to play for the Columbus Aviators, since we're 0-2, and actually I'll talk about the UFL a little bit too. So we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. But yeah, receiver room has been interesting. Ryan Day had a press conference earlier today. He talked about the reporters are always trying to make Day slip up. They're always trying to get Day to say something that gets him in trouble, to spike controversy, to write a story, to make some money. And what he said, tried not getting in trouble, so they were not perfect. But some people that have really stepped up that might have been a little bit unexpected were the tight ends, specifically the 2 transfers. Hunter Welsing from Northwestern, who's the projected starter, and Mason Williams, another one of these backup tight ends from OU, which I'm going to OU. So that was really reassuring to hear, especially losing guys like Jelani Thurman, who didn't really play at all. Bennett Christian's not stepping up. Nate Roberts is still a freshman, now going to be a true sophomore. And you're losing Max Clare, who 100% should have came back. I have no idea why he left. But it's good to hear that the tight ends are stepping up, especially under Arthur Smith. That's probably a reason why Arthur Smith is helping them step up more than they probably were under Brian Hartline and Tyler Bowen in year 2. Definitely great to hear. On the defensive side, it's been a little shaky. James Smith has really stepped up, but there are a lot of guys out for spring. The 2 running backs, Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, are out for spring. Riley Pettijohn, the linebackers, out for spring. Now, I'll actually pull up a tweet later. It sounds like Philip Daniels and Austin Sareveld are out for spring, which actually might be a good thing as we can see Ian Moore step into a bigger role at tackle. We'll see where he eventually lands. But the big thing is Jermaine did not have the best ending to the season as you would hope. And then in spring, it has gotten worse. And we'll show you the clips. Every clip you've seen of any Ohio State receiver recently has either been Devin Sanchez beating up Jeremiah or Jermaine getting cooked by freshmen. But the big thing was that when Day was talking in his press conference today, he talked about how it was an impossible task to replace Caleb Downs, which it is. But Earl Little has really stepped into that role. And I heard that and my heart stopped. Because that's bad. Because Earl Little is not supposed to be playing safety this year. He's supposed to be playing nickel, which if you don't know, nickel is either the third cornerback or the third safety. It's a hybrid role between safety and corner, usually designated for the slot receiver. And if we're talking about Earl Little, who is really a box safety, strong safety, which I guess Jalen McLean's more of a free safety. Caleb Downs was used a lot in the box, kind of in that strong safety role. But I don't know. Earl Little is kind of a smaller guy. He was good at Florida State last year, especially in that Bama game, but kind of got tossed around sometimes. Definitely think he'll improve under Matt Guerrieri. But I did not want Earl Little to start at safety, because when Caleb Downs transferred to Ohio State in that championship year in 24, who was the second best safety that year? Or the third best safety? It was Terry Moore from Duke. Terry Moore, I said maybe except for Kenyatta Jackson, I said Terry Moore should be the best player on this defense. He was one of the best safeties 2 years ago at Duke. He had an ACL tear last year, which kept him out all for the entire year, kind of like Jahad McCoy out of Tennessee. And he was going to come here. I'm like, he's not going to be Caleb Downs, but he's going to be better than like Lathan Ransom. And I love, no disrespect to Lathan Ransom, I thought he's going to be better than Jalen McLean, better than Earl Little, better than Lathan Ransom. And I was like, let's go. We're going to have an elite safety here. And the fact that when Day talks about him, he doesn't even mention, he mentions Earl Little over Terry Moore. I mean, okay, he talked about Terry Moore later in the press conference and just said that he's stepping up, bringing a veteran presence, which just means nothing. It means nothing. He was never going to bring up Terry on his own. He only brought Terry up because someone else brought up Terry. And it either means that Terry is not healthy or he was good in the ACC and the ACC is trash compared to the Big Ten and he's not ready. So I don't really know what a lot of it means, but concerning. He also talked about Connor Hawkins, how him and Joey McGuire. Also, they brought in, I don't really remember the name, but they brought in another a veteran kicker who's not going to start. Connor Hawkins hit a big field goal in practice, and it looks good. I'm excited for him. Better than Jaden Fielding, one of the worst players in Ohio State history. I mean, literally just so abysmally bad. And he's cocky. Jaden Fielding was cocky on top of it, which makes me not ever feel bad for you. Which I know kickers are supposed to be cocky. You can't be cocky and ass at the same time for 2 years. So, but yeah, a lot of interesting in spring. I have a lot of clips I actually want to do, so we'll bring this up. So this first one, this was from Adam King, kind of talking about Zone 6 and how a lot of the guys, the transfer guys specifically, have actually really, really stepped up. So we'll watch this. So I think that's Devin McKeown, number 3. And I think that was Tavian throwing to him. Yes, 9. I'm excited for Tavian, another Devin McKeown. Definitely, he's just an upgraded version of Brandon Inniss. I'm going to be honest. He's just kind of a better version of Brandon Inniss. And I would love to see I would love to see it be Jeremiah at the X, Chris Henry Jr. at the Z, and then Devin McKeown in the slot with Brandon Inniss, and then Kyle Parker can back up either. I think he could probably back up Chris Henry Jr. I know he's short. He's 5'11", not a big guy. But... And then you would also have Brock Boyd probably backing Jeremiah. So we'll see how much Brock Boyd wants to play this year. That was Brandon Inniss, number 1. This is Julian again. Yeah, who is that to? Brandon Inniss. So, yeah. Excited for the receivers. Not having Brian Hartline will definitely be a challenge. Actually, let me see if I can move this up a little bit so it's not like blocking the thing. Edit this part out. There we go. That's better. Okay, so next clip. This is from Blake T. Biscardi. This was a 4th down and goal in practice that actually got overturned because Jeremiah was out of bounds. But I definitely thought this was an awesome clip. And because Jeremiah was not open when he threw this. Yeah, and if you don't know, I'm having a hard time keeping up with who's who. 8 is Jalen McLean. He changed from 18 to 8, whatever. And then obviously Jermaine 7. Jermaine getting picked on. Noah Blondo. Look how much shorter he is. Love that. That's definitely a lot of like fire stuff that we did not. I don't think we saw much last year. I know Day said, there was a little bit of feisty stuff, but I like that. Here's a couple clips of Brock Boyd. This one's from Juck. On Jermaine Matthews. Freshman white boy receiver. 3-star. Juck's always been high on him. And again, pass interference, still got it. There was the guy recording was talking mad shit because Brock Boyd's white. He's going like, now you got to face like actual black cornerbacks. And then got cooked. Brock Boyd tried to press him on it. And then bro ran away like a child. Here's another clip. Here's a kind of a better quality clip of it. This guy. This dude right here. Talking mad. I don't know who. This might be a former player. Mad shit. Talking mad shit. I mean, literally like... Nice guy. This was not even. Didn't even not look that. I mean, obviously these guys are incredibly fast. These guys are incredibly fast. But for like Ohio State receiver speed, like Jermaine should not have got cooked off this. This was not even. When I get it's practice, but oh no, that's not Jermaine. This is 13. Who's 13? That might be Cam Calhoun. So this, okay, sorry, this is not Jermaine. I don't even know who 13 is. Yeah. Excited, Brock Boyd. I'm excited for Brock Boyd. What else we got? So another thing is I don't have the pictures of it. A lot of players have been getting ripped. Kyle Parker is jacked. Devin Sanchez, the number 1 cornerback in 2 classes ago, was absolutely yoked compared to last year, and he actually looks like he will be the number 1 corner on this team. I like Jermaine. Actually, I love Jermaine. Again, him and Brandon are one of my two favorite players on the team, and to be honest, they're kind of getting cooked. I'm out here getting cooked. I'm obviously horrible throw, way behind him. And it's weird. Jeremiah at his freshman year last year had struggled with a couple, not like a bunch of drops, but there was some of the contested balls weren't there. He was injured for part of the year. like sophomore slump. So obviously I think they'll get improvement, but Jeremiah is still having like all the crazy catches. He had one. The guy who posted his account got deleted, so I couldn't find it. Where he caught it like this in front of the guy. It was an awesome clip. I couldn't find it again. But like this, yeah, there was one clip where the sun was in his eyes, and I get that. But there's a lot of Jeremiah lowlights going out right now, which I don't know why people are releasing it, but whatever. Good play by Devin, bad throw.
Sauce, baby. Jimmy, baby.
Yeah, Devin Sanchez looking so much bigger than he did last year. He was decent last year. He was good last year. So yeah, another from Ryan Day says, this is from Scarlet and Gray Podcast, usually pretty reliable. Ryan Day says Austin Sutterfield and Phillip Daniels will be out for the rest of spring practice. Loki, a blessing in disguise. Carter Lowe, yeah, Carter Lowe, I think could see it. These are other stuff. Shall I look at this for a second? This is a really cool photo. But yeah, hopefully we can see a lot of Ian Moore, because that's who I thought was always going to be the left tackle. Here's another angle of that Jeremiah. His foot was out of bounds, but like when he threw this high to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is not open. Like, this is a bad throw. Like, also look at Devin McKeown. So I get it's practice. There's pressure in his face. I think that's John Walker from UCF. But also, Julian has struggled over the middle of the field. Maybe you could say it's because he's shorter. But, like, actually, this was incomplete. So this would have been a turnover on downs under further review. But, like, if this is the game, Devin McKeown is wide open. Fire it to Devin McKeown. Unless he was told, like, not to throw to Jeremiah. I don't know. But in a real game, if this is 4th and goal, I get he caught it, but his foot was out of bounds, so he can't touch it. It's illegal touching. You need to be able to just dump it down. I can't believe I'm saying dumping down a touchdown. Throw the dump down. Throw the easy touchdown. Don't throw the double coverage thing to Jeremiah. I mean, awesome catch. It was incomplete. it was incomplete. But yeah, I definitely thought that was funny. Next thing, ESPN released their SPI Plus top 25 rankings. The top 6 does not surprise me. Ohio State 1, okay, I can see that. Oregon 2, you could flip them, whatever. Notre Dame 3, okay. I don't love their lack of a running game, but okay, that's fine. Georgia 4, would maybe put Georgia above Notre Dame just because they have a running game that Notre Dame. I don't know. You're replacing Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love, so I mean we'll see what they can do there. Indiana 5 over Texas. Disagree. I definitely think Texas should be over Indiana. I definitely think Georgia should be over Notre Dame. Actually, maybe yeah. Put Georgia over Notre Dame and then put Texas over Indiana. I don't really believe in Indiana much this year. Texas Tech at 7, hard pass. I think Texas Tech is going to fall off a cliff this year. I don't know. I don't believe in Texas Tech. I don't know. I just don't believe in like repeat Big 12 teams. I think it's cycle. I don't think maybe Texas Tech is here to stay, but with all the money, I don't know. Brennan Sorsby was kind of disappointing, so we'll see. Miami at 8, again, need to be way higher. Like, I mean, if you put in Miami, I think it should really be like Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Miami 3, Georgia 4, Texas 5, or maybe Notre Dame 5, Texas 6, Indiana 7. But yeah, whatever, Miami, I would have Miami over Texas Tech. Miami went to the national title last year. Texas Tech put up 0 points. At 9, A&M, LSU 10, whatever, kind of cop out, whatever. Bama 11, definitely put them lower. Yeah, Oklahoma's better than Bama, so is USC. Are they going to be better than Michigan? I don't know. Michigan's beat Bama multiple times in a row, so I guess. Tennessee, they don't have a quarterback. Ole Miss at 16, they need to be high. Even though I think Ole Miss is probably going to go 8-4. You're talking about like power rankings, probably have Ole Miss a little bit higher. Penn State, that's fine. BYU, fine. Florida, hell no. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the SEC this year. Who's their quarterback? Missouri, 20. Who do they got at quarterback this year? They got another transfer. Austin Simmons. Okay. Washington, 21, fine. Iowa, 22, whatever. Clemson and South Carolina. I would have South Carolina way higher and get you Utah. Again, Utah's going to be terrible. They lost everything. I'm sorry. I'm not believing in Utah this year. Here's another clip. Chris Henry Jr. Jermaine getting cooked by apparently everybody this spring. Yeah. Yeah. I will say what Jermaine's good at, if you remember in the Texas game where he had that interception, he is good at doing this thing where he's trying to guess what route he's doing, where he does. So if I cut back, he turns that shoulder in, because you remember in the Texas game, the receiver came here, then out, and Jermaine flipped around, ran under, and picked it off here, which what he tried to do, but then Chris Henry was just running a post and burned him. Jermaine's holding on for dear life and just 6'5", 5-star. Can't stop that. Can't stop it. Excited for him. Another thing, this pissed me off. This is Andy Inari. And a thing that I am so tired of is all during the season, if we're we're pissing on Ohio State. Oh, Malachi Tony's better than Jeremiah Smith. Oh, Ryan Day's overrated. But when it comes to the offseason, it's immediately man, Ohio State's so good. Immediate glazing. Because it's during the season, you have all your fan, because I know this. During the season, you have people coming in anyway because they want college football content during the season on weekdays. So they're going to come here anyway. So you can just say whatever you want. You're going to be fine. Maybe you piss off a few people. But that's the thing is when you piss on Ohio State fans, everyone else cheers around the country. Now that it's the offseason, now you're fishing for views. Oh, no one's watching. We have to do more stuff. We're just going to glaze Ohio State. So I want to listen to this clip. And see what I have to say. Because they glazed Chris Henry Jr. when during the season everyone's, Chris Henry Jr. is overrated. He's not even a top 5 receiver in the class. So I want to see what they say.
Jeremiah Smith. We know he is an alien. People that big and that fast should not have that kind of body control, should not have that soft of hands, but he exists. So what would be the one thing you could do that would make things even more unfair if you have to cover Ohio State? Oh, and a giant, fast guy whose dad was an NFL receiver.
So I get what he's saying. Giant doesn't mean good. We've seen plenty of receivers that are huge that are just fast, like Nick Marsh. Nick Marsh doesn't know. I don't think Nick Marsh is a great receiver. I think he's a great athletic talent. But he's 6'5", 99 overall speed. He's the fastest receiver. But Nick Marsh is not Nick Marsh. Nick Harbor from South Carolina is not a top 5 receiver.
Chris Henry Jr.
Have you? One of the clips that Rivers showed, I think he dropped a ball. So we could.
He did. It was a drop. I was too busy watching how tall and effortlessly he moved. So,
Andy, have you ever watched his high school tapes?
It's pretty awesome for modern day.
Ohio State keeps leveling up the receivers year over year. There's no way you can be better than Jeremiah Smith, but putting him on that field is absolutely insane.
Again, it's just glaze. It's glaze with nothing behind it. On 3 is such slop. I think Chris Henry is going to be good. And actually, I think the past week, he has really elevated what I thought he was going to be this year. When this came out, this is right as spring started. Where literally the first clips were him blocking, and there was a drop. He's better than Carnell Tate. He's better than everybody. He might even be as good as Jeremiah Smith. I don't know. It's not genuine. And it's because the reason why I know it's not genuine is because I watch these guys during the season. This is not how they talk about Ohio State. This past year, it's Ohio State, they might have some of the 5 best players, but it just doesn't look. I just don't feel like Ohio State's the best, or they shouldn't be the best. That's the logic. But now it's the offseason. It's oh my God, Chris Henry Jr. His dad. It's the Ryan Williams Ryan Williams is better because he's 17. Chris Henry Jr. He's better directly because his dad played in the NFL. Which if you want to say that it's like, oh, he got his coaching from his dad passed away a long time ago. So not really. So I don't really understand. I mean, I get it, but it's just like, but I don't know. To me personally, it just feels like buzzwords, just glaze. He's so tall. Oh my God. It's glaze. It's farming. How do we get subscribers? Who owns On3? It's not JD PicKell. Let's just say it's JD PicKell. JD PicKell owns On3. He goes to Andy and R. He goes, hey, we are not glazing the SEC anymore because they suck. Because that's all they used to do. They can't glaze the SEC anymore because no one buys it. So now what we got to do? We got to suck up to the blue bloods in the Big Ten, like Ohio State, like Oregon. So it's just, none of this is genuine. When the season starts again, they'll be shitting on. I won't be surprised. I should keep this video because I bet they'll start shitting on Chris Henry Jr. when the season starts. But now Chris Henry Jr. is the greatest of all time. I'm
this
sorry.
is a 5-star freak, tall, rangy guy with insane hands. But
then during the season, they'll say that measurables are not everything. It's the intangibles. I'm just an On3 hater. I'm an On3 hater. He used to be an Ohio State guy. I'm just an On3 hater. This was Jeremiah Smith's ad. I thought this was really funny.
It's taken us a little bit of time to adjust since JJ came back into the office.
This is like a remake of the LeBron Sports Center thing commercial.
Yeah, last year were cool, but I don't know. He's been acting a little weird with me for some reason. Yo, what's up, boss? I know you saw that game last night, and my parlay almost hit.
Is that his thing? Like you know how like Justin Jefferson and JSN, they do the gritty, like, you know, every big receiver has like their signature thing. Is this just double birds? Is double birds Jeremiah's thing now? If it is, that's hilarious because that's from the Michigan game. Every time we play Michigan, just double birds. Do a lap around the stadium, double birds to every Michigan fan.
You're tied. Now I have to answer to a 12-year-old? He just bullies me all the time. Excuse me, Mr. Lorad. Do you mind doing a release for me?
Yeah, I'll do this release for you.
That is a good release.
He overworks us.
What's that?
We haven't been home in over a month. And we ask him why, he always says, because what?
What's our company motto?
We're always open.
Always.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Was he even the best catcher on the team last year? I think Carnell might have been better. I don't know. I thought it was funny. This is from, I was actually at this game. UFL. Man, home opener was fun. We lost. Crowd was great. I've never laughed in my life more at a football game than this game. Bunch of people there. It was awesome. This was from yesterday. Birmingham, which is basically just Alabama. They have AJ McCarron as their head coach, who has won 3 national titles with Saban. Yeah, this was cool. And Houston, who is terrible, beat them with a 50-yarder winner. It was awesome. No one's at this game. You compare this to like Columbus and St. Louis, where there's like 35,000 people there. There's like 500 people at this game. But that was awesome. Houston won. Birmingham lost. It was good for Columbus because Birmingham's not good. That helps Columbus. Last couple things. This was made by Utah. I thought this was awesome. Georgia did a Minecraft one. This was for spring ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the debut grand opening.
This is the coolest one I've seen.
Mad Villain Bistro, Bed and Breakfast, Bar and Grill, Cafe Lounge on the water, where we offer you the finest to the finest thing. 24 hours.
I thought that was awesome. And then last thing, this is older. This is from 2 weeks ago. I just thought it was funny. I remembered I had this. Justice Haynes transferring from Michigan to Georgia Tech. If I was ever going to come back to college, and he was a starter at Michigan where they run the ball. Like, they run the ball at Michigan. I wanted to be in an offense where I was going to evolve my all-around game. Yeah, again, another L for Michigan. Love to see it all the time. Another L for them, which does make sense. They can't develop a damn thing. But that is kind of all I have for you guys for this show. If you like this, I think I'm gonna do this more often, maybe even stream it so you guys can join in. But kind of like these like 30-minute shows where I pick up all the stuff that I found over the week. We all react to it. You leave a comment down below, you know, about this one was specifically for like spring takeaways. And yeah, I would love to do that this more often. But again, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. Just kind of all the clips I picked up over the week, and just want to talk about Ohio State in spring a little bit. But yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And as always, thank you.